So hi friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So I came with one of the important shift coding questions, that is 22th April 2026 second shift. Remember friends, you might be saying that very few contents or coding questions are being coming. The reason is you are not sharing the questions. So today actually I got the question for 22nd April and 2026 second shift question. So I will discuss the complete solutions and just go through the video completely, especially those who have exam for the. So first important question by related to matrix. So you have been given 2 cross 2 transformation matrix and that is basically used for scaling the coordinate. So questions में आपको simply एक matrix देना था sx 0 0 s by. So this matrix will scale a point x by to sx into x and s by into y. Okay, so this matrix scale to point this and this. Now input format is what they have clearly mentioned, that first line contain integer n which denotes the number of coordinate pairs, and next n line contain two space separated value x and y. So you have to take two space separated value x and y, and last line will contain the two space separated integer x and sx and sy. Now output format is what you have to print all the scaled coordinate in a single line. In simply भाई आपको ये input में लेना था sx xy, and according to the coordinates whatever you will take, you have to just scale it. Okay, so if you know how to take input, then the question is not that much hard level. Okay, so each scale to coordinates should be in format x by and separate each pair using a comma. Remember, you have to go through the question very carefully, that what are they asking. You have to handle the edge cases. Okay, because many of the candidates are saying that I have just passed 5 out of 7 test cases. So the reason is you are not handling the edge cases very well. Okay, there are some other edge cases or constants are there, that is if n less than equal to 0, print invalid input. If sx less than 0 or sy less than 0, print invalid input. If any x by sx or sy are not integer, invalid input. So these are the scenario you have to handle. Now let me take the example, then it will be better clear to you. So suppose we are taking the sample input 4, so I will take the combination of 4 things. So 3 2 2 1 4 3 6 4 I am taking. Now we have to take the value of sx and sy, which here I am taking 2 and 3. They have clearly mentioned the input format will be what. So just go through question carefully, that first line contain the integer n. They have clearly mentioned that first line will contain integer n, and next line will contain two space separated value of x and y, and last line will contain sx and sy. So the same things here I am doing here. So first line that will denotes the n, and two separate basically value I will take here. So from starting to here till for total 4 rows we are taking the value and sx and sy. Now to just multiply it, and you have to just give the output. So for first, if you will multiply 2 and 3, so 3 into 2 6 and 2 into 3 it will be 6, isn't it? So this will be a value. Next again you will multiply with the multiplying factor 2 and 3. So for this case, if you will multiply this one with 2, then you will get a value of what? If you will multiply this, then you will get the value as 4, isn't it? Now if you will multiply this one with this 3, means which will denotes the sy. So if you multiply with this, then you will get the value as 2. So the next output should be 4 3. Okay, so sorry, here you have to multiply with 3. So 3 into 1, that will equal to 3, isn't it? Sorry for that, 4 into 3. Now if you will multiply this with 2, 4 into 2 8, and if you will multiply this 3 with 3, then it will be 9. So next coordinate will be 9. So in the same way just you have to do. Now friends, let me tell you that pause the video, take the screenshot of the questions and try to solve the question by yourself. Then you will be confident enough, and try to write the question from the scratch. I have already uploaded a video related to the coding hacks and tips, so those who exam further must go through our video, especially how to take input scenario. Remember, this question is not that much hard level if you know how to take input, but many of the candidates say that they are facing issue related to input. So must comment your feedback. Okay, and those candidates who have given exam in the upcoming shift must comment your question, so that I will make a video and that will be really helpful for you. Because you are saying that Bhaiya please upload the video, but if you will not share the coding question, then how can I get? Okay, so please comment the coding questions for every shift whichever you are facing. Okay, that will be helpful for other. So just pause the video and try to solve. If you got the solution, nice. If you don't got the solution, no need to worry, I am always here to help you. So first of all, let me discuss you the C++ solutions. So including iostream vector, or you can directly include the bits stdc++.h. Taking the input according to the questions. Now handling the edge cases or constant. If n less than equal to 0, cout invalid input and return 0. Now I will take the pair, so you can also use 2D array too. Okay, here I am using vector because vector is efficient in taking the input and other. So vector pair int, so it will help to take the values. Okay, now just I will run the loop I equal to 0 to I less than I plus plus int x by, if seen x by not equal to, then see out invalid input. This is the edge cases I am handling. They have clearly mentioned now that the constants you have to make sure that your logic should satisfy the constants. Here they clearly mention that if sx less than 0 or simply if n less than equal 0, print invalid input, and other, these are the basically we have to handle the cases. So that's what I am trying to do here. Now just handle those cases and I will just push the value. So push x and y. Now declaring the int sx and sy, again handling the cases which the questions are asking, and now I will just try to print those value by multiplying the value. So this is the just, you can say 4-line logics are there post get taking the input I equal 0 to I less than n, see out point I dot first into sx and point I dot second into y. That's it. What I mean to say the point I, so since you are taking here pair, so pair will represent the first and second. Okay, means if you want to get access to that, you will represent it first and second. So that's what I was trying to do here. Okay, so I hope you got the clarity. Now let me just discuss or turn to the online compiler, then you will be getting the better clarity. Okay, so here for your sake of understanding, I'm just here copying here, taking the input 4. So 32214364, I will get the value this. Okay, let me just show you by copying those the input which they have given, so that you will get the better clarity. Okay, so here I will take these all input and try to run it for the sake of your understanding. Okay, so just rerun this and give the values. So yeah, you are getting 664389 and 1212. I hope you got the clarity. Let me discuss the Python and Java solutions. So for the Python, the same things, means if you got the logic, then it is quite easy to solve in any language. So I am using try n, means taking the input, if means satisfying the conditions or the constraints, if n less than 0, print invalid input, point for I in range, again here I will use map to take the inputs and I will append those value, and whatever the thing they are saying that for the invalid conditions, and I will append those value by x into sx and by into y sy. So that's it, what you have to do. Here I am just using dot join result because in the question they have said that you have to print the value by separating the comma, otherwise accept invalid input. So that's the logic I am doing here. Now coming to Java solution, same things I will use here try catch for handling those cases of invalid input, and the same things here I am declaring the 2D matrix, isn't it? So 2D matrix I am declaring n2, and just I will take the values of I and j and I will multiply those value. Okay, and handle the cases, and here I am using the string builder. So string builder result equal to new string builder, and I will append those value and multiply with sx and append those value and multiply with spy, and I will just means append the final value to the result with the comma, and I will just give the output. So that is the coding questions solutions for the question number 1. Friends, if you are liking our effort, please subscribe us. You can see in YouTube channel very few of the channels are uploading the videos. So if you like our report, please support, subscribe us, so that we will regularly provide such important content. Now second question, this is one of the most repeated questions in the TCS history. So count elements greater than running average. What are the questions given? That you are given an array of score, and for each element compute the average of all elements up to that index inclusive. Now you have to just count how many elements are strictly greater than computed average at the step. सिंपली आपको क्या करना है, एक array दिया हुआ है, उसमें आपको हर एक एलिमेंट्स के लिए एवरेज कैलकुलेट करना है अप टू दैट इंडेक्स, एंड जस्ट आपको काउंट करना है कि हाउ मेनी एलिमेंट्स आर ग्रेटर देन, रिमेंबर दे क्लियरली मेंशन स्ट्रिक्टली ग्रेटर देन कंप्यूटेड एवरेज एट दैट स्टेप. सो इनपुट में क्या आता है फॉर्मेट, फर्स्ट लाइन विल कंटेन द इंटीजर n and second line contain n separated integer. Here friends, must comment here how many test cases you passed. If you have passed the 6 to 7 or 8 9 test cases, then you will sure shot get the digital. If you will qualify the numerical aptitude. Okay, now output format, you have to print the count of element greater than the running average, and if any elements greater than 100, print invalid input. So that's it, and these are the constraints you have to keep in mind. Okay, so each element must be integer and any value greater than 100 invalid input. So for example, taking the input 4, 30, 50, 20, then output I will get 3. So friend, let me discuss the explanation of this. So how we are getting the average. So first 30, running sum is 30. So you will get the sum average equal to 30 because 30 plus 30, 60 by 2, you will get 30. Now the current value is 50. If you will sum 50 plus this one, means 50 plus 30, then you will get the value as 80. So 80 by 2, you will get the average 40. So this was the second step. Now again, the next step, you will basically add these value running sum with 20, because current value is 20. So 80 plus 20 equal to 100, and you will divide 100 by 3 because this is third step. So you will get the average at 33.3. Or third step, you can say three elements we are adding here, so 33.3. Now here this is 100 and current value is 70. So 100 plus 70 equal to 170, and if you will divide by 4, then we will get the value 22.5. So that's it. You have to basically just compute that. If you got the logic, then you will be able to solve this. Again saying friends, pause the video, take the screenshot of the questions and try to solve by yourself. If you are getting the solution, nice. If you are not able to get the solution, no need to worry, come here and go through our video carefully and practice as much as you can do. You have to do hands-on for clearing this exam. So taking the input, declaring the array, and the satisfying the condition that if array greater than 100, then cout invalid input. Otherwise, declaring the temporary variable double sum equal to 0 and count equal to 0, run the loop, and I will sum this and will calculate the average. So sum means average equal to sum by I plus 1. So that's the thing I was discussing here. Now the dry run which I am doing here. Same things, I plus 1 means I will divide, because here I will divide by 2, here I will divide by 3, here I will divide by 4. So that's what I am trying to do here. And just if ai greater than equal to average, count plus plus and see out the count. So you have to just count the value now which is greater than that particular stuff. So that's all. And same things I will do with Python, and the same things I will do with Java. Okay, so first of all let me run this, then I will discuss the Python and Java. So here for your sake of understanding, I am just taking the value 4, 30, 50, 20, 70. So you will get total 30. Detailed explanation you will get through the PDF which I have just shared you, or just means discussed you. Coming to Python solution, so what I am doing here, same things, the taking the input, such means checking the conditions that if a length of array are not equal to an invalid input, and run the loop, and again checking the conditions and come calculating the average and counting, or just keeping the counter variable and just try to find it, and I will print the count values. So that's it. Coming to Java solution, same things I am doing here, taking the input, declaring the array, and satisfying the condition or constant according to the cases. They are saying that if array greater than 100, invalid input, and same things I am doing, trying to calculate the average and try to get the values of, or try to update the value of count by looking to the condition that if array greater than equal to average, I think in there it should be equal to average, then count plus plus. So that's it. So these are the complete solution. Friends, those who exam further must go through our video related to NQT, and we have already uploaded lots of video related to NQT, like the candidates interview, teachers interview preparation, crack interview strategy, and lots of video I am uploading in my YouTube channel, like the day-to-day opportunity soon. Cognizant hiring will be announced, Infosys hiring will be announced. So you will be getting lots of job updates in my YouTube channel. So subscribe us so that you will not miss any update. कोई भी क्वेरी फील फ्री टू आस्क, वी कैन कनेक्ट ऑन लिंक्डइन और इंस्टा और व्हाटएवर प्लेटफॉर्म यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. थैंक यू.